What's going on, Neon Nation, and welcome back to the Neon Arcade for some more Cyberpunk 2077 news. Today we're talking about some dev chatter on Twitter about the state of Cyberpunk 2077, some new merchandise including an official Xbox console and headset, Cyberpunk Red miniatures and augmented kits being possible for 2077, more gang lore, rating agencies, and some info about where Cyberpunk 2077 is truly an 18+ game, some music teases, and more. Get 15% off high quality metal art from Displate, featuring officially licensed designs. Check out the link in the pinned comment and the description. First up, we have the Cyberpunk 2077 Twitter page releasing some more gang lore, this time about the Animals gang, which we've seen in the deep dive demo. The Animals are an aggressive street fighting gang from West Pacifica that eschews the use of traditional cyberware. Instead, they use ultra testosterone and animal supplements like growth hormones. They're animalistic at heart and dangerously proud of who they are. In the demo, these steroids were called Juice, so I'm not sure if this has changed, but regardless, love their logo and their ideology. Moving on, as we all know, Cyberpunk 2077 was supposed to come out a week or so ago on April 16th, and for a while now we know that this date has been pushed back to September 17th so CDPR can focus on bug squashing and optimization. There was some speculation that we might get something Cyberpunk related on this date to tide us over until the marketing starts to ramp up in June. This wasn't the case, as a Where's Johnny meme was posted to their socials, meaning we'll have to wait a little bit longer for Cyberpunk content. With that being said, it does seem like developers are talking about Cyberpunk a little bit more recently, with many of them being incredibly confident in the potential of the game. Paolo Sosco also retweeted this list of top 10 RPGs of all time, mentioning that when 2077 comes out, this list will be outdated. It will be worth the wait seems to be the common theme amongst CDPR and its staff. Moving on, we have the release of a couple of Cyberpunk products in the Johnny Silverhand controller, the limited edition Xbox One X console, as well as the official Cyberpunk SteelSeries headsets. The limited edition console was the product of an Xbox ARG, where the Game Detectives, an online puzzle-busting Discord group, cracked the code to unveil the unlisted console trailer. The console comes with a Silverhand controller which can be purchased separately, and for what it's worth, I think the controller is more my style than the console. In any case, if you are in the market, check this out, but I'd probably just wait until next gen, unless you don't have any way to play 2077 at the moment. We also have some SteelSeries wireless headphones in the styling of Arasaka, Kang Tao, Militech, and Silverhand. Now I know there's been a bit of frustration for those who are actively looking for Cyberpunk news, and I agree it's a bummer to see a ton of products without any tangible game news, but all these products may be contractual agreements that were signed before the delay. Worst case scenario guys, CDPR have explicitly said that June will start a marketing ramp up, so I wouldn't really expect anything before that, just so you guys don't get disappointed. Moving on, we have some rating agencies news, as there was an alleged Instagram story pinning Cyberpunk 2077 at a mature rating in North America, as well as some insight from Brazilian classifications that it will not be recommended for those under 18. Now the Instagram story has subsequently been deleted from the Cyberpunk page, but the Brazilian ratings seem to carry a bit more information on where this game seems to be more mature and where it seems to be a little bit more age friendly. Of course, this is all relative since the game is adult in nature. Jordan MK over on Reddit gave us some additional insight into the age recommendations on some of the themes in 2077, so I'll post the age indicators for each on screen for you guys. Now obviously Brazil probably looks at these different elements with a different lens than North America does, but regardless, looking at the list, it does seem like it will be similar to The Witcher in terms of violence, nudity, and language. Moving on, I've gotten a ton of questions about if kids are in Cyberpunk 2077, as we really haven't seen too much of them. CDPR has confirmed for a while the presence of children in-game who will not be able to be harmed. However, we do get a better idea of what some of them may look like with yet another release of Cyberpunk Red miniatures from Monster Fight Club in collaboration with R. Talsorian Games. The Cyberpunk IP has a heavy foundation in tabletop games, and thus with the arrival of Cyberpunk Red later on in the year to bridge the gap between 2020 and 2077, we're getting more products in line with both. The first kid is rocking a bicycle, some goggles, and what seems to be a firearm and augmented hand. It seems like even kids are getting cybernetic augmentations in the Cyberpunk world. I'm not gonna lie, the design kinda reminds me of that old cartoon Ben 10, and he does kinda look like he's on the posher side of the spectrum. I don't know, it just seems to me like his parents might be some wealthy corpos or something. Next we have this dual-wielding girl who reminds me of Tiny Tina from the Borderlands series. Again, these are technically from Cyberpunk Red, which takes place in the 2040s, but a lot of this era will set up 2077 and lay the foundation for it in terms of characters and the state of the Cyberpunk world. Moving on, CDPR released their 2019 fact sheet, where Cyberpunk 2077 claimed over 50 million views on the Cyberpunk 2077 E3 cinematic trailer across all platforms, as well as over 200 awards during this time frame, attending various conferences. The hype is definitely real, and fans seem to be loving anything and everything Cyberpunk that they can sink their teeth into. Moving on, we have some news about 2077's Polish distributor. CDP, which is not correlated to CD Projekt oddly enough, after it was bought out by an independent company, has recently filed for bankruptcy. Now worry not, this will not affect the distribution in Poland, as another company has stepped in to handle it. This will also unaffect North America, whose distribution will be handled by Warner Brothers, and Europe, whose distribution will be handled by Bandai Namco. Finally, we have some new music teases on Twitter, so check this one out. Thanks for watching guys, stay safe, have a good weekend, and for more Cyberpunk, join Neon Nation by subscribing to the Neon Arcade.